Prophet ﷺ said, هل رأيت شيئا? Did you see anything? Ibn Mas'ud says, نعم يا رسول الله. He said, I saw black figures wearing white clothes. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Prophet ﷺ said, أولئك جن نصيبين. These are the jinn of nasibin, the elites of the jinn. Alif is pointing us to a character here. How do you know this character, Alifun?
This?
Yeah.
The cartoon is going on, but I just, this...
I've said this before, but there was a guy who was a cartoon animator who entered Islam. And you know what he said? He said, like most of the cartoons, he used to get this whispering in his ear, make the shape like this, make the shape like that. And that's how he would make the shapes. So he from that, he thinks a lot of these jinn, they like to be depicted. So they whisper to the cartoon guy, make him like this, make him like that. Here's an example of, I'm not saying anything like, except that it's coincidental. He says here, black men shaped like men in white clothes. Well, that's halfway white. And he does have some other clothes on him. But interestingly here, it says here that مستدفري الاستثفار is أن يدخل الإنسان إزاره بين فخذيه ملويا ثم يخرجه. So it seems here that it's pants. The izar wrapped around each thigh. So that's like pants, right? It's more like pants than an izar. We're not saying that that's a jinn or that's, but it's just interesting that this cartoon description fits a description of the black figure wearing white clothes, but the izar is between the thighs. That's if I understood the istithfar properly. Combined with the fact that a lot of these cartoon makers have said that, or not a lot, but they've said they've been inspired. They hear voice tell them, make it drawing like this or that. In any event, this is all just interesting talk, nothing serious. We're not making any serious claims here or anything for sure, just interesting stuff. The interaction between humans and jinn. He says here, oh, you're about to see something weird. Put that picture up.
What, the old
Put that
cartoon?
picture up, Popo, whatever. What's on his head and what does he look like?
He looks like a traditional, like shaman type of guy, right?
Indian, right?
Yeah, Indian guy with a jewel in his
All right, look at this. In the narration, عن ابن مسعود وروي عن أبي عثمان النهدي أن ابن مسعود أبصر زطا. أبصر زطا. Abi Uthman al-Nahdi says that narrated that Ibn Mas'ud saw zutta. What are a zut? Al-Jinn al-Aswad min al-Hind.
That's crazy.
Oh, now it's totally weird. Pants, white pants. That's exactly what he described.
Yeah.
That's literally exactly what. Let me go back and read it again. They wear رجالا سودا مستثفري ثيابا بيض. Black men, looks like a man. Another jinn can have different shapes, right? But this is the shape of a man. But his izar is tied between his legs. So each thigh, you walk independently. You don't have, each leg is independent. You're not both legs inside the waist strap. And then in this narration, روي عن أبي عثمان النهدي that Ibn Mas'ud أبصر زطا. He saw zut. فقال ما هؤلاء؟ قال هؤلاء الزط. These jinn are the zut. What is the zut? Okay, we go to the footnote here. الزط الجن الأسود من السند وقيل إعراب جت بالهندية وهم جيل من أهل الهند. The jinn of Hind. And some say it's actually jut, but it was Arabized as zut. How ajib is that?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It makes you wonder. In
I'm
the
telling you.
civilizations before, like
What's that?
In the civilizations before, right? The izar, like, or something that was like similar to the izar was like the staple. If you look at Native Americans, how they dressed, or like even the Roman Caesar, does he wear pants with like legs? No. Everything is like loose.
Put your mic on.
Everything is like loose and flowing.
Yeah.
But then later on, like let's say post-colonial era, like post-1700s, that period of time after that, all of a sudden pants are like everywhere.
Everyone's
it's like
wearing
ubiquitous.
Yep.
Everyone has pants.
Yep.
Where did that originate from? That's not the fitra to have pants.
Exactly. The easiest thing for humans is to just wrap a waist wrap. The world is way beyond what the materialists think it is. and what the skeptics and the atheists and all these other people think it is. The world has in it, and of course, I'm going to repeat it again because I'm all about epistemology. I love epistemology. To me, it's so important to understand the nature of the narrations you're saying and what you're saying. And for that, I am saying it again, that when we narrate these stories, yes, they have narrations. Yes, the narrations are complete chains, but they may have weaknesses in them. They may be da'if. They may be ahad. Of course, they're all ahad. None of this is mutawatir. But ultimately, we can just listen to it and say ajib, because there's no action based on it, right? That's it. We listen to these. If it has absolutely no chain, then we discard it. But if it's mentioned by Qurtubi, he's mentioning it so we can say, إن هذا لشيء عجيب. This is something just ajib, and it's the world of jinn, and that's it. We take it as a speculative transmissions. We're not saying that any of this is absolutely certain for sure. What we know what happened was that there were two nights with the jinn. One is pointed to in Surah Al-Jinn, one is pointed to in Surah Al-Ahqaf, top of the last page. And that much we know. And we know that there were jinn who believed, and that previously they were reciting the Torah, and that they went to then give da'wah to their people. But the other details, Indian jinn, I'm still amazed at that. Because I click on the footnote there and it says, Jilun min al-Hind. Wow. And here we have your boy Popo, who you guys all seem to know and is new to me, as the exact description. But again, we're going to put this as reading tafsir and the entertainment portion, the light and just ajab, interesting portions.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما